Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? Well, I kind of miss seeing y'all every day. I'm normally on here Monday through Friday, but I really missed you guys so much. But I'm here today, and what I'm doing today, I have two Cornish hens. So I'm going to cook these Cornish hens, and I'm going to attempt to make a stuffing for my Cornish hens because I can make good stuffing, but my stuffing wouldn't be on my weight loss journey. So the stuffing that I'm going to make, that I'm going to come up with my own recipe myself, is going to be mainly of vegetables. I may use a little cornmeal. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of putting it together in my head, but I'm sure when I finish, it's going to taste good. Because if it don't taste good, Mrs. D not going to eat it, okay? Well, all right then, let's get into this Cornish hen. So here I have about 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. That's the Martha White buttermilk cornmeal mix. I don't want to use too much because that is a carbohydrate. So I don't want to use too much of that. So that's probably about 2 tablespoons, for a little bit more, not much. I just want to put a little something in it to kind of bind those vegetables together. Okay, so what I'm going to add to my stuffing is cauliflower. I'm going to put it in my bullet because I want it to be kind of grind up like. I don't want it in chunks. And also the broccoli, I'm going to also put some of that in the bullet. And then I have my I have onion, celery, and bell pepper that's already cut up. I'm going to put that in my chopper, and I'm going to add all of that to my stuffing. After I get everything chopped and grind up, then I'm going to put it in my skillet and saute it down a little bit. So I'm going to see how this turns out. And then with my Cornish hen, I have some celery and bell pepper and onion cut up. I'm going to stuff that inside. I think I'm going to have to get another onion because I love onion. Okay, we're going to see how it goes. So here I have my onion, my bell pepper, and my celery. And this is my broccoli and my cauliflower. After I've took it out of the food processor, the little small chopper that I have. I'm going to add this in together. And normally if I was making regular dressing, I would have sauteed my onion, bell pepper, and celery down in a little oil. But now I'm doing things a little different, so I'm using water in the place of the oil. Let all that cook down together. I'm going to add some garlic to that. Minced garlic. Okay, so now I'm going to add some seasoning. Have garlic powder. Onion powder. I'm going to add a little complete. little black pepper, and just a little bit of Lorry seasoned salt. I'm not going to add too much of this Lorry because I'm going to put some better than bouillon. I'm going to add a little sazon. Ginger. I'm also going to add some sage. Just a little bit of Old Bay. I'm going to let that cook down. Okay, so I've added some spinach in with that. The more the merrier on the vegetables. I had a little bit of better than bouillon. I add a little water with it so I can get all of that out. See if I need to open another jar. thing when you use that better than bouillon, you have to be so careful with the salt. Okay, so these are my hens. I've washed them inside and out. So I got a paper towel, kind of dry them off a little. Just going to use just a little bit of olive oil just to rub over both of them. That's just so the dry rub will stick to them better. My dry rub. I have black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Sazon, and what else do I have? And a little bit of complete seasoning. You want to make sure you get them all on the inside. Just massage it in that good. That oil have that dry rub to stick better. You don't have to use a lot of oil though. So I'm going to put onion, stuff both of them with onion. This is a half of an onion. A little bit put on the outside. I have my bell pepper and my celery. Going to add some water because probably will need that for my stuffing before I put it in the oven. Okay, I'm going to wrap it in foil. there it is in the oven. So I'm going to let that cook for about an hour and 15 minutes. And this is all my vegetables and seasoning still cooking. Just season it to taste. And that's the bread that I cooked. Just meal and water and 1 egg. Okay, so this is my broccoli, a little spinach, cauliflower, onion, bell pepper, and celery, and all of my seasoning. Doesn't that really have the consistency of your dressing or your stuffing before you bake it? It turned out to be a lot more than what I thought. So this bread, I was going to use half of it, but I'm going to use it all. Now all of that is very thin, but I made that out of this, just that little bit of cornmeal, because I really don't want a whole lot of extra carbs in it. So I'm going to crumble this bread up in there, and then when my hens are done, or just about done, I'm going to put my stuffing in a pan and sit those hens right down in my stuffing. And I also added about a tablespoon of Perigold butter to this mixture. Not to the bread, to my vegetable, my stuffing. And I put just a little bit of baking soda in the bread. Since it was such a small amount, I wanted it to try to rise up as much as possible. Only thing about using vegetables, you don't have anything to soak up that moisture. And that's what I was thinking about. That's why I wanted to put just a little bit of the cornbread in there. Plus I wanted that taste of that cornbread, but not much. Whisk that in and make sure it mixes well. Okay. And see, that egg will help hold it together too. I usually put oysters in my stuffing. I'm still debating on that. Just regular canned smoked oysters. Okay, so I am going to add a can of smoked oysters. And I also have a can of crab meat. And I'm going to leave the juice on here because I want that flavor. And when it bakes, I probably will need that juice anyway. These are the oysters. I'm going to cut them up just a little bit. I'm just chop them just a little bit right in the can. Okay. Normally I would have poured the oil off of those oysters, but I want all of that flavor. In this stuffing. I think it's going to be pretty good. It's smelling great. And it has that texture just like regular cornbread stuffing. And I put that sage. The only thing I'm missing is poultry seasoning. I love that in my stuffing. I thought for sure I had some, but I don't. Okay, I'm going to cover that up and wait for those hens to get done. So these are the hens, they're done. So now I've drained the juice from this dish over here to this bowl in case I need it for my stuffing. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my stuffing in the container and then sit my hens on top of that. And I'm only going to use half of this stuffing because a little bit made a lot. So I'm going to freeze half of it, put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. And the next time I have chicken, pork chops, or whatever, whenever I have a taste for stuffing, I'll have that already in the freezer. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the dish first, because it can be cooking. See that consistency of that? Just like regular stuffing. And I put my shrimp, crab meat, and some oysters into the mix. And then by me splitting that in half, that little bread that I put in here, it won't be so much per serving. Well, that's it. I'm going to put that back into the oven just a little bit. And we'll see how the end results turn out, how it's looking.
goodness.
It's all done. Look pretty good for vegetables, huh? So that's my Cornish hen, my stuffing made with broccoli, cauliflower, a little spinach, onion, bell pepper, and celery. And I cooked just a little bit. I used 3 tablespoons of meal, some water, about a teaspoon of Crisco in that meal. And when I mixed the stuffing up, I added 2 eggs and about a good tablespoon of Kerrygold butter. So that's it. That's my hen and my stuffing that I've been craving for. So it's pretty late right now and this video is pretty long. My next video, I'll let you know how it tastes, okay? Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you coming to my channel. And I'll see you in my next video, okay? Bye-bye.